times and again and again and again, you will remember 99%. Okay? Okay, but only the 1% you will not remember will make you see you in the next Congress here to hear me again, but you'll be fine. Okay, why I say that? Because when you talk with the patients, you need to provide records, written informed consents, read them aloud, and then I ask the patient to put the lens on in front of me and take the lens out in front of me every time that they come to the office. Yes, this is some time consuming, but I don't put myself the lens on the eye of the patient. I order him to put the lens on. Then I see he don't clean the hands. He put the lens with bubbles. He switch the lenses on, and he do everything in front of me. So you know really, because if you say you do that you put the lens like I told you, yes, I do. You clean the hands, yes, I do. But it's not true. The truth is there. Okay, then that's I do all the time. Patient do in front of me from down to up. The lens is full of tears with the fluorescein in, and they take out the lens using 2 fingers. If you like the plunger, that's okay, but be careful, because this is created when you remove the lens. Some books or some people tell you that order your patient to arrive at your office in the morning with the lens on. In my humble opinion, it's a wrong idea. Why? Because more than a half of the patients will have some staining, because the lens will remain glued by the mucin. And what happens in the morning? You put a drop of tears, you start to blink, 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 and the lens starts to release a little bit and arrives to a sudden moment that the lens is still sticky in some points, not so many, 2 or 3 points, and if you blink and you move the lens in a tangential movement. So that pulls up epithelial cells, and you have a staining. So if your patient arrives with the lens on or the office in the morning, you will have a staining on the most part of the patients. You will have a treatment that could be out of the place, because when the blink coming to the office driving 2 hours, the lens move out. Okay, so it's not a good idea. That's my opinion. That I ask the patient is come to the office without the lens on eye, and that creates a problem. The problem is you need to keep the patient perfectly to take out the lenses before leave the office. So one rule I have is I never provide the lens on a patient that they don't know how to manage things. Never. If the patient is not able to put on and take on easy, they don't carry on with the lenses. They don't leave my office. They come back another day and again try to put and take on. That's, for me, it's important, very important. If you don't do that, I don't do that sometimes in the past, you have troubles. Patients with that red eye, staining, and problems. Okay? Let's go. Okay, this is Okay, when we have a smaller optical zone, what the patient will say to you, will say, I have halos, I see disturbance. So one way to know that everything is okay, but it's not, that is this the problem, you cover one eye, uses a pen light to make the pupil smaller, and then the patient says, oh, I see perfectly. So the problem is the optical zone. It's too small. You need to create larger optical zone in the eye. That's the way. But if you put a pen light on the covered eye and the patient say, no, I continue to see blur, halos, or distorted, then you have a distorted optical treatment. That is not a pupil problem. It's the zone is not okay. You understand? You don't see. You understand now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Sorry. Okay, that's it. Pale light. Under correction. This is a problem that's in free internet. That it creates. That is using the pixels, the green pixels, and create a curve, and tell us how the fit is. But looking at the picture, you could see here in my finger, the alignment curve is darker than the internal alignment curve. So you have more pressure out, less pressure in. You can see here, this is more pressure and less pressure. It's almost nothing, but you see the difference in height. Here is not touching the cornea, but the external ring is touching it. What I told you at the beginning, when you don't have proper alignment at the end of the reverse curve, you lose treatment effectively. So reverse curve, like Kari and Marino said, is the most important curve on the lens. When you have not enough treatment, look at the reverse curve. Is aligned? Is creating pressure or not? If it's not, you need to change the alignment curves in order to create pressure at the end of the reverse curve. In this case, flattening. You need to flatten the alignment curves. Okay? Because what we do in the first intention is, oh, I need more correction. I will increase the Jessen factor. I will flatten more. Nothing occurs. You need to change the reverse curve to arrive to the cornea. Okay? Important. Very important. And this is the centered lens that creates a cylinder. That is not real. One thing you need to know is autorefractometer is not useful for assess the refraction after the treatment. You need to work with retinoscopy and with how do you say that? Trial lens, exactly. Why? Because with phoropter itself, you cover the light, but the trial lenses, you have light, pupil is smaller, and you could work properly. If not, with autorefractometer, you always will find cylinders everywhere. Because the instrument measures around 3 millimeters of the area. It will take the red curve. It will measure this area, and will tell you that you have a cylinder. Because the autorefractometer is using this. It's not the central area. Okay. And this we talked before, that sometimes the things are getting better, it will release, you asked me about. So you have a small irregular central zone that's still there a little bit. And we see the evolution of that. First night, 4 nights, 11 nights, 1 month, 6 months. Okay. So the idea is sometimes take time. Don't change the lenses so quick. But you need to look if you have some staining, some issues there. That's important. So yes, be patient. Okay. Now, the 6-month syndrome. We talked about the solutions before. Remember the previous section. So for me, I love non-refractive lenses. I love using peroxide because it kills many bugs. And we need something to remove proteins. that is maybe pressure. In Spain we have peroxide that uses catalase and peroxide simultaneously, so you, no, it's enzyme. It take out the protein every time, and also neutralize the peroxide. And this moves us to the idea, and also the tears we use to the drops inside the lens needs to be absolutely without. It should be preservative free. Okay, it's very, very, very important. We have two reasons to obtain staining. One is the lens contacts cornea, and the other you have toxicity. And the toxicity comes from preservatives or blepharitis. When you have a patient with blepharitis, you need to treat it, because if not, that will arrive to the eye. You put the lens on top, and the endotoxins of the bacteria will create toxicity in central cornea, and you will have staining or central islands or something like that. Okay, so it's important. Look at the lids. Clear that. Second, preservative free. Third, try not to rub the lens because you mold the lens. Okay? If you have this, the patient will arrive to your office telling you that he's not seeing anymore clear. You will see staining everywhere, and the lens will appear like this. So you should work with Progent, and sometimes replace the lens again. Okay. So corneal complications, we talk about adherence, when the lenses stick to the cornea. That is normal to have that in very bad tears with the mucin. So in these cases, you have a dry eye, and you should treat the dry eye exactly what the thing you are doing with any dry eye. What is use drops during the day, tears during the day. But sometimes in Orthokeratology, because we are using the lens overnight and the lens is comfortable, we forget to do that. We forget to provide drops during the day. So if you provide drops during the day, tears, the eye will have less inflammation. Less inflammation, less mucin. Less mucin, less adherence. Okay? Again, don't look just the fluorescein and topography. Look the patient, what is happening all around. Yes?
Do you recommend Progent your lenses for your patients every 2 weeks, or how often? It just depends on the patient, or what?
I don't, because I use this peroxide that has the papacaine inside. So, because the peroxide I use removes proteins every cleaning that they do. I don't use Progent, at least. I use only on 10% of my patients that creates a lot of protein. The rest of them don't use they use only one product. But in the past, when I have not this product, they did Progent every 2 weeks. You could do every month, every 2 weeks, or every week. It's up to you. If you do every week, it's better, but it's expensive for the patient. Okay.
Often are you replacing lenses?
Oh, yeah, that's a question. Every year. Why? I told to a person that asked me before. And that I told that to my patients too. I told my patients that lenses, materials of the lenses could be fine for 2 years. That's true. But in my experience, when I change the lenses every year, it's extremely easy. I look the fluorescein, I look the map, I replace for the same lens, or I change a little bit the parameters to optimize the fit. Easy, no problem. If I move on, after 1 year and a half, 2 years, I start to have trouble with some patients. What's the trouble? I need to refit the lens, because the lens had changed the shape, and the results are the lens is scratched, the lens has some protein on it, So the results are not longer the results. So I couldn't use this lens to replace for a new lens. Sometimes I need to go for my trial set, put on the eye, check it, and decide. 1 week ago I had the patient that, because some patients they don't come to, I guess it was 4 years wearing the same lenses. 4 years. The lens looks totally flat, horrible fit. So I grab the lens from my trial set, I put on the eye, the lens fits perfectly. So it's a lens, it was flattened for around 0.30 millimeters. Flattened. Just for the wear. Imagine you have the lens at the centers, and the pattern of the topography is totally the center. But you do that. Okay? You wash out, you take your lenses off, and you come in 2 weeks. And then I will refit everything, and I will charge you for refit. If you come every year, I just look the lens, I change the lens, it's less time consuming, less money for you, everything is good. That's my reasons. Okay? Make sense? In the past I don't do that, but now I do that, it works fantastic. Yeah, okay.
What does a patient do for that 2 weeks when he's washing out, as far as wearing?
Oh, the patient don't hate that. Absolutely, but it's a punishment. They should come every year. Okay, seriously, yes. Seriously, when you have a problem, you have 2 ways to overcome the problems. And that is very, very, very important question. You could modify the parameters, refit the patient. Imagine you have a center lens, okay? You provide the new lens, you look at the fluorescein, the lens more or less center better, and you leave the lens.